Hey there, my name is Sage, and you are watching D&D Daily. Today I'm doing a character build, the Dragon Fist. In order to play the Dragon Fist, you're going to want to be a metallic Dragonborn who follows the way of the Ascendant Dragon. The Dragon Fist is a champion of Bahamut. As such, she protects the world from evil, especially evil dragons. So the inspiration for this character came from the stat block that is the champion of Bahamut. If you want more information on their flavor text, go ahead and go to our blind stat block reading of the champion of Bahamut and you can find out more there. That'll give you a little bit more insight on her background and personality. Speaking of her personality, she is lawful good. She is a champion for the weak. She is just selfless and just. You can actually think of her a lot like a paladin that follows Bahamut. In combat, she is a striker with a minor in AoE blasting and controlling. She'll use her quarterstaff followed by a punch or two more often than not, the typical monk combo. Draconic Strike allows you to paint your fist with an elemental damage type. This allows you to target an enemy's weaknesses, though these weaknesses are few and far between. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare opportunities where you're facing an enemy who's weak to one of these elements, put away the quarterstaff to take advantage of the vulnerability with as many attacks as possible. More likely though, this feature will be used to bypass resistance to non-magical damage and just to look badass. If she gets 3 or more enemies bunched up, she will unleash either of her dragon breaths, one from being Dragonborn and the other from being Way of the Ascendant Dragon. This makes her a surprisingly good AoE blaster, especially for a martial class. Because each of these breath weapon attacks on both the class and the race only use an attack and can only be used once per turn, you can actually use your Dragonborn breath weapon followed by your monk breath weapon. She also comes with a few control options. The first comes in at level 5 for being a metallic Dragonborn. She gets a metallic breath weapon that either lets her incapacitate or knock back a group once a day. Use it wisely. At level 11, she gets her second control option from her subclass called Frightful Presence. This allows her to use a bonus action to attempt to fear one enemy. This is best used to target that one big scary enemy. Once frightened, it will have disadvantage on all attacks so long as it can see the Dragon Fist. This is a huge boon for the party. Also at level 11, she gets to resist a chosen elemental damage type, perfect for fighting evil dragons. Her level 6 feature, Wings Unfurled, gives her a fly speed when she uses her Step of the Wind feature. This can be used to set up better AoE blasts, has great synergy with Stunning Strike to knock enemies out of the air, and she always has Featherfall to catch her after she's completed her stunt. A cool flavor note here is that Dragonborn champions have platinum wings. So when she uses this feature, I like to imagine platinum wings sprouting out of her back while she performs her stunts. Out of combat, she has great dex and wisdom, which she can use to be an excellent scout or lookout. Her ability to fly in short bursts can be useful for scouting, infiltrating, and exploring. Always remember that tool in your back pocket. So I think about like trying to infiltrate a house. Now you can fly on top of the house and enter in through a window instead of going in through the door trying to be sneaky that way. Draconic Presence allows her to have essentially advantage at least once a day on persuasion or intimidation, making her limitedly useful for social encounters. During the Dragon Fist downtime, she is going to spend it being a champion of Bahamut. This means finding people in need, helping them, protecting the world from evil, and, of course, fighting those evil dragons. When it comes to our key mechanics, I would lean on Fizban's new Dragonborn because they have an option to give you 3 +1s instead of a +2 and a +1. This is huge for monks because we want good dex, good constitution, and good wisdom almost equally. So by giving us a +1 in each of those and doing point buy, we can have +3 in dex, con, and wisdom. Getting max dexterity and then wisdom is our next priority. Constitution and feats come after that. Remember that we really only want to be using our breath weapons if we have 3 or more enemies we can target. Otherwise, it's kind of inefficient. Our attacks are more efficient in that case. So that doesn't happen all the time. So when we do have 3 enemies we can hit, we really want to take advantage of it and we want to expend as many breath weapon attacks as we can in that moment. I would absolutely take proficiency in acrobatics and spend a lot of my time roleplaying, pulling off awesome stunts with your wings and otherwise. Moving into our weaknesses, like all monks, we struggle with our damage output. Monks just don't do as much damage as most other martials. Because we focus so much on 3 of the stats, our other 3 stats suffer. Strength, intelligence, and charisma, we're not good at any of those situations. As an NPC, I would play her anywhere you would play a paladin or a normal champion of Bahamut. The only difference is now we get to change up the playstyle and have a little bit more of a unique style paladin than most paladins are. A quest that she would probably be involved in either giving or joining the party for would be taking down an evil dragon. If your party is going to be fighting an evil dragon and they're underleveled for the situation, she might be a good NPC to introduce to help them take it out. The two special things to me about the Dragon Fist is one, you get to play a very paladin-esque story as a monk, and two, unlike all other monks, you have some really excellent AoE options that you can take advantage of. How would you use the Dragon Fist in one of your games? What would you do to make them way cooler? Let us know in the comments down below. We are D&D Daily. We release new D&D content every single day, so if that's interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.